All right, we are back here with TGPW presents the Guerrilla Position Wrestling, the most unprofessional professional wrestling in Fire Pro Wrestling. I, of course, am your host, the Swink Nick Swinky, and we are coming at you with that Deathmatch Show 5 Part 2 with quarterfinal action here in the TDS 5 tournament. Cactus Jack taking on Super Leather. Cactus Jack winning his first round match over Sabu, while Super Leather defeated Abyss into the landmines. Wrapped in barbed wire goes Super Leather. And yes, it appears that both men have now been busted open. Trading shots, discus lariat, and a return fire from Super Leather with a discus lariat of his own. Back and forth they go. Snap suplex by Cactus. And another. Double underhook, maybe going for the DT, no, countered. Back suplex by Super Leather. There it is, double underhook DDT. Is Cactus Jack advancing? 1, 2, and no. A second away from advancing to the semifinals, and there's a little bang bang. Brain buster, but Super Leather back to his feet. Russian leg sweep by Cactus. He grabs that barbed wire covered baseball bat. And both men collide, and that's another Fire Pro moment, as they say. Out on his feet is Super Leather, but he blocks that strike. Irish whip off the ropes. Caught him with the knee. Did Super Leather on the return. And another brain buster from Cactus Jack. Caught the foot. Kicks him low. Does Super Leather. Has him up. Power bomb. That could be it. 2, no. Hits him with that broken piece of table. Swinging neck breaker. Cactus has him hooked. Double arm DDT. And it seems like Cactus Jack is moving on. No. Another kick out from Super Leather. Power bomb. Is that done? And hook the leg. 2 and no. Both men kicking out of the others finishing maneuver. A jumping knee from Cactus Jack. Another double RDT, but can Cactus cover him? Yeah, he does. 1, 2, and no. Super Leather goes low. Irish whip by Cactus. Caught him in a sleeper. And that's it. Super Leather gives up. It's caught in a sleeper hold. He taps out and Cactus Jack moves on to the semifinal. On to match number 2 here in the quarterfinals. Bonesaw is ready. Yeah. Bonesaw McGraw just got sent into the barbed wire covered landmines on the outside, courtesy of his opponent in this match, Nightmare Freddy Krueger himself. Hooks the leg, does Freddy off the DDT, gets a 2 count. Bonesaw defeated the Sheik to advance. Freddy, meanwhile, knocked off Matt Tremont in his first round match. And it did not take long for Bonesaw McGraw to get busted open. Bulldog from Krueger. This is how he beat the Sheik. But Freddy doesn't give it up. The suplex, and now the body slam sends Freddy into the landmines. Pile driver by Freddy. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. No, 2.9 kick out. According to referee Frank Atsushi. Into the light tube in the corner. It was Bonesaw. Those boards in the corner covered in light tubes. The hammer, the eye rake though, and the bulldog from Nightmare Freddy. The man in the striped sweater goes behind, but he gets caught with a back elbow, stunned. And now a pile driver. Bonesaw hooks the leg. 2 and 3. He got him. Nightmare Freddy does not kick out. And Bonesaw has advanced to the semifinals. All right, our penultimate quarterfinal matchup here. Sees Pagano take on Jason the Terrible. Jason the Terrible quickly sent into the landmines. And you can see that mask of Jason stained with blood now. And now he goes into the light tubes and back the other way into the other set of light tubes. Pagano with the sling blade. Pagano with a running knee strike. So far it's been all Pagano here in Zaguri. Jason hasn't been able to get out of the blocks so far. That may have changed things. There's the choke. That's how he choked out Violento Jack to advance. Pagano, meanwhile, won a war of attrition over Masashi Takeda to advance here to the quarterfinals. This could be over right here. The choke slam and now the stomach claw. This might be another quick match like the last match. Bonesaw beating Nightmare Freddy. Well, Freddy has made it to the quarterfinals 3 straight years. And in 3 straight years, he's failed to advance past the quarterfinal stage. The air raid crash, and that could be it. 1, 2, 3. No. 2.9. Oh, went for the power bomb, but he poked him in the eyes. Did Pagano, and that stuns him, allows him to hit the drop kick into the light tubes. Series of punches from Jason the Terrible. But now the chops, and finishes with a spinning back chop. The PK. Series of punches again from Jason. Tries to set it up with a straight right hand. Northern Lights bomb. But can he go for the cover? He does. 1, 2, and no. That slight hesitation in going for the cover might have been the difference between a 2 and a 3 count there. Spinebuster now raining down punches, and that's it. Wow. The referee is stopping this one. Pagano is still going, though, and Pagano has advanced to the semifinals, and he is not going to stop. Enough already. Absolute brutality in that last match from Pagano, just continuing to rain down punches from the mount position on Jason the Terrible. They were finally able to get Pagano off of Jason the Terrible long enough for us to bring in our next and final quarterfinal matchup here. Quick cover. It's Atsushi Onita. Oh, there's a pizza cutter. The pizza cutter. And Nick Gage, who uses the pizza cutter. But yeah, Atsushi Onita and Nick Gage here in our final quarterfinal matchup. And into the landmines goes Onita. The winner of this match, and you can see Onita is now bleeding. Figure 4 leg lock. Nick Gage not willing to capitulate, though. The winner of this match will face Pagano in the semifinals, we now know. You also know the other semifinal match. There's the light tube. That's how Nick Gage won the first match, but Onita back to his feet before he's sent into the light tube in the corner. Grabs the kendo stick, does Nick Gage. Nick Gage sends him out to the floor. Nick Gage defeated Jun Kasai in the first round to advance here to the quarterfinals. Atsushi Onita, meanwhile, knocked off John Moxley. To the figure 4 leg lock goes Onita. We also know our other semifinal matchup will be Cactus Jack taking on Bonesaw McGraw. Off the Pain Thriller, and he got him. Wow. Unbelievable. Nick Gage knocking off Onita, the man who eliminated him in TDS 3. All right, we are back here with the semifinals. Very quickly, Bonesaw McGraw slaps on that hold on Cactus Jack. But yes, we are back here with the semifinals of TGPW, the Guerrilla Position Wrestling presents That Deathmatch Show 5. The Deathmatch Show 5 tournament here. And this is a semifinal matchup. Bonesaw McGraw against Cactus Jack. The winner of this tournament not only will be crowned that Deathmatch Show 5 tournament winner, but will also receive a TGPW Deathmatch Championship title shot. Of course, hook of the leg, 2, and no, the title currently held by Abdullah Kobayashi, who just beat Abdullah the Butcher to win that title. And into the landmines goes Bonesaw McGraw, and he is a bloody mess. Swinging neckbreaker from Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack got here with victories over Sabu and Super Leather in the first round and the quarterfinals, respectively. Bonesaw McGraw, meanwhile, defeating the Sheik. And then Nightmare Freddy, I believe, in the other match. Discus Lariat. And a Brainbuster. And that's it. Cactus Jack knocks off Bonesaw McGraw. And he is moving on to the final. Well, Cactus Jack not getting paid by the hour. Beats Bonesaw McGraw with the double arm DDT in short order to advance to the final. And we now know it will be Cactus Jack facing the winner of this match, Nick Gage and Pagano. Pagano got here by beating Masashi Takeda and then Jason the Terrible. Well, Nick Gage had what some would argue a tougher road to the semifinal, knocking off Jun Kasai in the first round, and then the man who eliminated him in the TDS3, Atsushi Onita. I think that was a fork from Pagano. The pile driver from Nick Gage. Yeah, TDS3. Nick Gage made it to the semifinal before he was eliminated by Onita. TDS4 in the quarter, he made it to the quarterfinal round before he was eliminated by Abdullah. The barbed wire baseball bat being used liberally here by one Nick Gage. Nick Gage hoping to avoid a semifinal elimination here. He's one win away from the final. There's the choke breaker. Is that it? 1, 2, no. This is his 5th straight appearance in the TDS tournament. There's those punches. We saw that is how he beat Jason the Terrible. Referee stoppage on those punches, at Mounters punches. There's a cover and a hook of the leg. Not even a 1 count. Nick Gage with the pile driver. Rolls him over. Stacks him up. 1, 2, no. Irish whip off the ropes. Caught him with the Tijeras. Did Pagano a little lucha influence there? There's the pain thriller, but he goes out of the ring and into the damn landmines. Trying to think of the name Pain Thriller. Another one. Shout out to his brother Justice Pain right there. Goes behind but gets caught. Choke breaker again. Rolls him over. Covers him. 1, 2, and no. Kick out again from Pagano. Drops the leg. Does Pagano on the back of the neck of Nick Gage. The spine buster. And then back to those mounted punches. Nick Gage not giving up. Backdrop suplex. Picks him up. Kicks him right in the shin. Gage. Oh, went for the powerbomb. Gets poked in the eye. Gage with that broken piece of table. The running neckbreaker by Pagano. The go behind. The lifting back suplex. Cover, 2, and no. To the fork now. To the forehead. What a powerbomb by Gage. Gage grabbed the light tube, but he gets sent into the light tubes in the opposite corner. And now we're just throwing bombs here. It turned to a slugfest. A drop kick from Pagano. Gage gets back up. It's another pain thriller that sends Pagano out into those landmines. And you can see his blood all over the floor now. Into the light tubes goes Gage in that corner. Grabs the stray light tube. Hits him with the end of the tube. Swing and a miss. You can see Pagano breathing heavy. There it is. The Tiger Driver. That could be it. 2. No. He beat Jun Kasai with that move. And the opener, there's the choke breaker again. Is the third time the charm. 2, and no. Again. Pagano kicks out. Light tube to the back of the head. Both men exhausted here. A running knee strike from Pagano, but gets caught with a 4th choke breaker. 2, no! Pagano will not die. Refusing to stay down. Extremo Hayaso. The Canadian Destroyer. Gage out on his feet. It's caught with a shot to the old bread basket. Ian Zaguri. Gage sends him off. Goes behind. Pain Thriller again. Gage grabs that sledgehammer. Hits him with the handle. Power bomb with the release. I don't know what Gage is thinking here. Well, that was a DDT. He's calling for the end here. Now using that steel chair. We've seen him effectively use the weapons throughout this match. But Pagano with that lucha style, with that Canadian Destroyer, a brain buster, and he may be hurt. This has got to be it. 2, no! What is it going to take to beat this man? Pile driver. Nick Gage has got to be thinking, what more do I have to do to keep this man down? Say whatever you want about the Circus of Slime and Pagano, but he has shown his heart, his determination, his grit here in this tournament. The spine buster, and there it is. The mount punches, and it's over. Nick Gage denied a shot at the finals, and Pagano is moving on to the final. All right, that's enough. Stop this man. All right, we are back here with TGPW, the Guerrilla Position Wrestling, the most unprofessional professional wrestling, and Fire Pro Wrestling presents TDS 5, that Deathmatch Show 5. We are taking a break from the tournament with some non-tournament action. And I do not have El Gran Blanco Presentadora, El Jefe of Circus of Slime, on my format sheet anywhere. So I don't know why he's out here. Apparently he's out here. He's dressed to wrestle. But I don't know who he's wrestling. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, making his return to TGPW after a 4-year absence, it is the one, the only, the Gobbledygooker. The Gobbledygooker is back in TGPW. El Gran Blanco Presentadora versus the Gobbledygooker. This is only the third appearance for the Gooker, like I mentioned. First appearance in 4 years. 2021 was the last time we saw the Gobbledygooker wrestle in a series of tag matches. I believe it was an 8-man tag against the Dungeon of Doom at Who Ate Your Cereal, where he teamed with the Super Gimmick Mass Beyond Tomorrow team in a losing effort to the Dungeon of Doom. Yes, that was in June, I believe. Of that year. That is correct. And then, Blanco goes for the suplex, gets countered. His last appearance was at Mass Hysteria Part 2, the Torture Chamber of Horrors. That was in November of 2021, in which he teamed with Gentleman Jervis Cottonbelly in a losing effort to Kevin Sullivan and Evil, calling themselves Dungeon of Doom and Darkness. So that was the last time we saw the Gobbledygooker in a TGPW ring. El Gran Blanco Presentadora. You have to go back to 2022 to find the last time that this man won a singles match in a TGPW ring. Guerrilla Warfare 2022 in February of that year. I think seeing the Gobbledygooker has me thinking about November, as he reverses that suplex attempt from Blanco. Blanco very overconfident in this match for a guy who hasn't won a singles match in 3 years. But yes, you have to go back to Guerrilla Warfare 2022 in February of that year. Find the last time Blanco won a singles match. He defeated Goldberg, yes, Goldberg, to retain the unrecognized Ultimo Hombre Campeonato. Of course, Blanco, Kruger, Tortuga, and Pagano would win the trios titles after that at Guerrilla Warfare 2024. From Gobbledygooker's compatriots in the SGMBT Super Gimmick Match Beyond Tomorrow, Shark Boy, Arachnoman, and Battle Cat. Series of punches by the Gobbledygooker, and then a headbutt by the fouled one. The feathered foul, there we go. Hangman's neckbreaker by the Gobbledygooker. Irish whip off the ropes. That's like a running double axe handle. Drop down by Gooker. And another one. Cover two, no. Also, you got to keep in mind the Insane Clown Posse, Violent J, and Shaggy 2 Dope are at ringside. Of course, 2 of the 4 members of the Circus of Slime. Mentioned Kruger Tortuga earlier. Well, after they lost the trios titles at Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular to Stover Skyscrapers, after they lost in T3 2024, after Blanco lost the Ultima Hombre Campeonato, the unrecognized title, to Mr. America, and after losing a tag match to Koko, Americano, Marty, Drip Drip at Guerrilla Warfare 2025, Blanco turned on Kruger Tortuga alongside the Insane Clown Posse. Pagano was not present for the beatdown, but obviously he went along with it. Because at Position Impossible 2, he teamed with the ICP and Blanco in an 8-man tag, which was won by Turtle and the DWC, Jason Powell, Koko, Americano, and Marty Drip Drip. This all culminated with the Amazing Turtle against El Gran Blanco Presentadora inside a steel cage. Oh, he just broke that man's finger. Well, is he a man? Is he a turkey? I don't know what he is. The turkeys have fingers? I don't know. Pile driver attempt countered. The Gooker off the ropes again with that, I guess you would call it kind of a cross-body block. There's the cover, and look at this. Shaggy 2 Dope distracting referee Bill Alfonso. Might have been a 3 count, we'll never know. Earning their paycheck tonight are the ICP. There's the lariat. Blanco letting the fans know what he thinks of them. They respond in kind, but not kindly. Drop kick by the Gooker. Sets him up for that suplex. No, countered. My guy, you've tried that suplex I don't know how many times in this match. You haven't hit it. Give it up, man. Misses that lariat. Connects with the elbow to the back of the neck. Went for the shoulder block, but blocked. Thrown to the outside now, right at the feet of Violent J. Violent J takes a swing and a few shots there. Blanco taking a moment to catch his breath. Buries the knee into the midsection of the Gooker. Goes behind, has him up. A gory special. And now a Samoan drop by the Gooker. Something weird about using the gory Guerrero special on the Gobbledygooker. I just can't place it. Off the ropes. modified version of the gory special has him inverted. Goes back to it once more. Doesn't get him. Shoulder tackle. As I mentioned, Blanco and Turtle in that steel cage, the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular, in which Turtle was victorious. Series of drop downs by the Gooker. Goes for the drop kick but misses. Blanco puts on the brakes, throws him to the outside. Gooker back in now, circling each other. Suplex from the gobbledygooker. Both men back to their feet simultaneously. Pendulum backbreaker by the Gooker. A low blow. Got him right in the giblets. The Irish whip and a drop down. Falls off, and yeah, that's a Fire Pro moment. And now just choking him. The Cobra Claw. That's an illegal maneuver. Back body drop, risking disqualification. And for a guy who hasn't won a match in 3 years, you'd think he would try to avoid being disqualified. And losing another match. Conditioning may be becoming a factor here in this match. The longer it goes, you can see the heavy breathing now of El Gran Blanco. He's sent into the corner now. A series of chops in the corner from the gobbledygooker. This has been a back and forth seesaw matchup. Gobbledygooker taking the fight to El Gran Blanco Presentadora. I'm not so sure that Blanco was taking this match seriously at the beginning. He may be now. And this is a guy that's in need of a win. Going back to that 8-man tag at Position Impossible 2. Blanco has lost 4 straight matches. Sorry, 3 straight matches. Including a loss in the T3, but it doesn't matter here because he gets the submission victory with that inverted gory special. And he has ended his losing streak with a win over the gobbledygooker. Back here with more from TGPW presents TDS5, that Deathmatch Show 5. This is a special TGPW Champions vs. Challengers 8-man tag team match. Introducing first the TGPW Champions. TGPW Deathmatch Champion Abdullah Kobayashi. TGPW Tag Team Champions Hardcore Thunder, Neil Karels and Thunderhorse. And the Open Talk Through the Flash Champion, the Amazing Turtle. Racing next, the Challengers. From the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. Representing the DWC, Detroit Wrestling Connection. Son of Madness, Jason Powell. The Big Dog, Kayvon Journey. Leader of Kayfabe, the People's Band. The Black Man, Koko Ware. And finally, the Minister of Moist, Marty Drip Drip, yes. Marty Drip Trip, the Minister of Moistener, with the open talk through and through the Flash champion, the Amazing Turtle. Champions versus challengers. If one of these men from the DWC can... Wow! Busted him open on a headbutt. Shoulder tackle. Damn! Turtle, calm down. Splash. 2. Woo! Turtle's not getting paid by the hour, brother. He was trying to end this match quick. As I was trying to say, if one of the DWC members can pin one of these TGPW champions, they will earn themselves a future title shot against that respective champion's title. So let's say Koko T were to pin Thunderhorse here. Dragon Sleeper center of the ring. He would earn a tag team title shot against Thunderhorse and Neil Karels. That's how this works. And there is Neil Karels. Double team move. Not sure what they call that, but there it is again. Rolls him over, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, gets 2. Triple team beat down by the DWC. Yeah, Marty Drip Trip. You can see it. He is a bloody mess already. I mean, we're only a couple minutes into this match and he's already busted open. It's crazy. Deathmatch champion Abdullah Kobayashi, I believe, making his first appearance in this one. Abdullah beating Abdullah the Butcher at Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular in the Battle of the Abdullahs to win the Deathmatch title. Superman punch from Kayvon, a former 2-time open talk through and through the Flash champion. Break of the eyes, a chop, but a headbutt from Kayvon. And now the fork comes into play, digging into the forehead of Kayvon. Series of clotheslines, the Irish whip. Into the red corner he goes. Backs him into the corner. Chops now. Repeatedly from Kayvon. But a back elbow from Kobayashi. Heads back towards his corner, the blue corner, and tags in the open talk through and through the Flash champion, Amazing Turtle. Jawbreaker on Son of Madness. Go behind in a headbutt from Kayvon. Headbutt from Turtle. Irish whip. Sends him into the corner. Thrown to the outside. Turtle back in. As Powell was taunting there. That allows him to hit the headbutt. Was for the victory roll, but a nice counter by Powell. Went for whatever that was. That didn't work. Tag. And a tag on the other side. Yep, it's Kayvon, Journey, Thunderhorse here. That's the legal men. And that is a palm strike. And another one. Headbutt from the big dog. Off the ropes, it's the spear. Caught him coming in, hooks the leg, gets 2 before Karels saves his partner and the matchup for his team. Look at that double team. An unlikely combination. Open talk through and through the Flash champion. Amazing Turtle now in there. As Jason Powell gets slammed out of the ring. Turtle is just in the ring taunting. That's funny. It's Powell, it's Turtle, that's who's legal, that's a Bulldog headlock. Uh-oh, he got caught. Never mind, back elbow. In comes the former two-time open talk through and through the Flash champion, Kayvon Journey. Out goes Kobayashi to the floor. Kobayashi into the barricade. Kobayashi fights him off. Grabs a light tube from under the ring, gets sent into the barricade again. Suplex by Marty. And another light tube. Yeah, I'm not even sure. Okay. Abdullah was legal, but he went for the tag. Canadian Destroyer hooks the leg. Not even a 2 count, just a 1. Fire Thunder Driver right there on Jason Powell, but it's Neil Karels and Kayvon who are legal. Half crab from the master of it. But Kayvon not willing to capitulate. Total elimination on Thunderhorse. Scoop a slam by Kayvon. Stuns the tag champ. In comes Amazing Turtle. 450 splash off the top by Marty Drip Drip. We back with the 2 guys we started with, Turtle and Marty Drip Drip. I believe that's who's illegal. Victory roll. Rope break. Marty throws Turtle to the floor. Turtle gets back in. The kick from Marty, who was busted open at the beginning of this match by Amazing Turtle off a headbutt. Abdullah and Marty Drip Drip. Marty Drip Drip has challenged for the Deathmatch title before, so he's no stranger to the Deathmatch. He's challenged Hayabusa for the belt before. Samoan drop from Abdullah sends Koko to the floor. Koko gets back in. Shin breaker, a knee breaker, whatever you want to call that. That's a headbutt, or a series of them. And that's an elbow drop, but nobody home. The man with the pointed shoes makes the tag. Those pointed boots. Abdullah and Turtle. What a combination. The trio of woe. At that running neck breaker drop. Karels holds him open for the drop kick from Turtle. A little double team. A little teamwork from the champions here. Not bad for a series of guys that have never teamed together, the 4 of them. Now, obviously, Karels, Thunderhorse have tagged several times. They are the tag team champions, but I mean they never teamed with the other 2 guys. And there's a double team again. That submission hold. Variation on a Romero special and a kind of a dragon sleeper. Series of palm strikes. The palm strike, the shote, taught to him by his mentor, Jushin Thunder Liger. And Thunderhorse able to utilize several variations of the move. Well, here we go. Former 2-time champ and the current champ in there together now. Splash. Big splash out of the corner. Sets him up perfectly for the spear. This could be it. Hooks the leg. Has he pinned the champion? 2, 3. He got him. Kayvon Journey pins the Open Talk 313 the Flash champion and has earned a championship match.